Are you living focused on the future? Are you living stuck in the future? Do you live your life like, I'll only be happy when ... Or do you spend a lot of time like being anxious and stressed about the future? It's really common with anxiety to have like millions of thoughts about the future and be worrying about things that aren't happening in the now. So that thing you're scared of, to find yourself spending a lot of time and energy just losing yourself in that headspace of like what would happen if, and sort of feeling as if that imagined future is happening right now, that scary imagined future is right now. That isn't helpful. That I know firsthand, as someone that's been scared of things like flying, for instance, that it's not helpful to be having like this fear kind of stuff going on, the heart going, the breathing affected, when I'm sat on the sofa. I'm nowhere near that situation, so I get it. Also, I find a lot of people are thinking about, I'll only be happy when I have more money. I'll only be happy when so and so behaves differently. I'll only be happy when I get my dream job, or I lose those £20 or £10 or whatever. And the thing is that you won't be happy when you have those things, because you'll get a momentary yay, but unless you have shifted the energy within you, unless you have changed your state, so you live in a happier way, one-off things, those things won't make lasting happiness. Lasting happiness is something that you maintain, you create and maintain within you, not from external things. So living for the kind of future of I'll only be happy when ... is just a load of, putting it bluntly, a load of bullshit, because this just won't work that way. Those things are great, but they're not if it's something you achieve. If you're only happy when somebody else does something, well, that's not going to work, because basically you can't base your happiness on other people, and you can't expect other people to change. They are how they are, and if you're basing your happiness on that, then you're going to be disappointed, really, because it's unlikely somebody else will change to meet your view and expectation of the world. And if you think they will, well, then you're fooling yourself, I'm afraid. That's not to say people can't change, but they only change if they want to, not if you want them to. So it kind of sucks, because it'd be great to change everyone that pisses us off, but the thing is that you have to deal with loving them and being okay with them just as they are, and managing your views and your state around them. But back to looking at the future. The future doesn't exist. It's a bit like the past doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It is a story we're telling ourselves. I like to actually see it as more of a focal point on the horizon that we're heading towards. But if you're living in the future, like you're constantly striving for, like, I'm going to get to that point, and everything I'm doing is towards for that point, and let's push and get to that point, you're missing the most important thing in life, which is living. And you can only live in this moment right now. This moment. Life is now. Life is not a future time. So I know as a coach, a lot of work I do with people is about helping them achieve their goals, their dreams, and it's about that future perspective. But it has to be brought back to, what are you doing, feeling, experiencing, how are you being right now? So if you're finding you're putting a lot of your energy towards the future, make sure you've got it balanced. So yes, head in the direction of the future you want to go, break it, the actions you've got to do down to right now, but be focused on now, this moment. I don't know if you can hear the bird song and the traffic and the building works. It's all going on. I'm feeling the cold wind because I'm wearing shorts. I was thinking it was optimistic with the sunshine. I'm feeling my body and how good that feels to be just here, stood here. Being right now in this moment, that's living. So make sure that you are always bringing yourself back to being and enjoying and relishing your experience of life right now. And also, right now is the only time you can take action that will affect your future. Right now is the only time you can get yourself in a good state to create a future that's matching that. If you're going forwards carrying weight from the past, or stress or fear of the future or future things, then you're going to be creating more of that. So my thought for you would be to change your state, change your energy now, so that what you're heading towards is what you want it to be. What you're living right now is what you want it to be, and you're going to create more of what you want. So I use a tool called EAM for that, Energy Alignment Method, but there's many ways you can do it. And the very first thing you can do is just stop, feel your feet into the earth, and enjoy this moment right now. Okay, bye for now.